You keep your hands off my daughter. You condescending, interfering bitch. My God, Dorian, have you completely lost it? No, I'm happy to report I've never been saner in my life, and I know exactly what you're up to.
You know what? I don't have the patience for you today.
Do you think I didn't see you hugging my daughter? Do you think I didn't see you last night with Clint at Capricorn?
How do you know about that?
Because I was there. I saw it with my own eyes.
Dorian, what is going on here?
You won't believe this, Hugh. Spencer is now claiming to be Asa Buchanan's son. It's a ploy, I'm sure, like everything else with Spencer. But the good news is, he's been bound over for trial for the murder of Thomas McBain.
Spencer Truman shot my dad, but you're the reason he's dead.
Well, good.
Whoa. Balls. Have we had conversations about you knocking before you come into this office?
Several, but they told me that you didn't have anyone in here with you, so I
see, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I want you to watch this. Come in, and then you come in here and you tell me what it is that you need from me, Balson.
The usual. Any favor?
I'm sorry if what Michael said upset you. We didn't mean to upset you.
I was just stating the truth.
I know that, honey, but this is really not the place for that right now, okay? We're here to see you.
You grieve your father to this day, Michael. I understand. And I've told you over and over again how sorry I am. I really don't know what more I can do.
There's nothing. I'm sorry I said what I said.
It's all right. Would you like to go see Hugh?
Oh, yeah, first I need to check on Thomas. You know, he's staying with Lindsay, and it's the first time we've left him alone for such a long time.
I'll call. Go ahead, go inside.
Okay, but just remember to tell her where the bottles are, okay?
Yeah, I think that's on page 3 of the 4-page note that you left.
Okay. Thank you.
Tommy's a lucky little boy.
No, I think that we're the lucky ones.
I only hope that Todd's son is as lucky.
What's got you thinking about Todd's son, Paige?
You know that my relationship with Adriana has been strained these days, and I was simply asking Vicky not to interfere.
Oh, for heaven's sake, she didn't ask me anything. You saw me talking to Adriana, you lost your temper, and you made a scene. It was vintage Dorian.
Vintage this. She was telling Adriana how sorry she felt for her, having me as a mother.
I would never, ever say anything like that. Adriana needed a little comfort, and since that seems to be the last thing she can get from you lately, she came to me.
And what was I supposed to do? Reward her for deliberately sabotaging my romantic evening with Cliff when she knows how important it was to me?
In case you hadn't guessed, it was Dorian.
Oh, yes, I know. Dorian rented all of Capricorn for a romantic evening. Adriana found out about it, locked you in the closet, and sent you there instead.
How do you know all of that?
David told me. He didn't want you to know that, but too late now.
I had nothing but good intentions. Adriana, on the other hand, her sole mission these days is to make my life miserable.
Actually, it's more like an unusual favor. Rex Balsam, Ace PI. I kind of hit a little roadblock on a case. Hard to believe, I know.
You know, Balsam, this is not a good time for me. I'm busy right now. I'm trying to get ready for Spencer's trial.
Well, this has to do with Spencer's trial. The next one. So instead of wasting time explaining why you can't, why not just bypass all the heavy-duty discussion? Just do it. Trust me, it'll be faster. You know you're going to do it anyway.
What's the favor?
Make and model number. I need a list of all the registered owners, Pennsylvania only, in just the last year.
What, are you kidding me with this? This list could turn out to be a mile long.
Well, I got to start somewhere.
What's this about?
Someone saw Spencer Truman get into that car with Todd's kid and then get out alone.
Where did you get information like this?
Why are you here, Natalie?
It's time to get to work.
You're not ready yet.
Well, that's not what John would say. He would think it's a very good idea.
Yes, maybe down the line it would be, but not now. You need to take some time, Natalie.
Time for what? Moping around my mother's house feeling sorry for myself? Do you know if John saw me doing that he would say, come on, Natalie, suck it up and get back to work.
You're wrong.
I can't reveal my source.
I can't run a trace.
Okay. No names. But it's the same guy that Truman hired to drive Margaret Cochran to the airport.
No, hey, no, it's okay. Sure.
He happened to see Truman hand over Todd's baby to whoever was in that car.
Where did you get information like this when the police can't even get information like this?
Well, I paid the guy.
Well, the LPD pays too for tips that pan out.
Yeah, well, this guy did what he did for Spencer because Spencer knew he was a car thief. He was hardly going to spill that to the cops.
And you trust this car thief?
Yeah. My gut tells me he's straight up.
Your gut. That's pretty good. Why are you doing this?
Todd hired me. I want to do a good job. Not to mention, if I pull this off, it'll be great for business.
All right, I'll see what I can do for you.
Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
I wasn't going to say anything before because I'm sure it's not something you want to think about, even though you probably can't stop thinking about it. So
Truman's claim that he's Ace's son.
Bummer, huh?
Yeah. Bummer.
How dare you tell me what John would have thought?
Natalie.
You didn't know him like I did. No one did.
And I'm not criticizing him. Or you. Look, I'm just making a suggestion, okay? I think John would have wanted you to take some time to recover, get your strength back, right? And not put your needs aside for what you think he would have wanted.
That's not what I'm doing.
Natalie, that's exactly what you're doing. And I know why.
As if it isn't painful enough that my daughter hates me, there's the added humiliation of having this woman laugh at me behind my back.
You know, Dorian, there's nothing remotely amusing about any of this. In fact, when Adriana told me that she had locked you in the closet, I told her she was in danger of becoming a little too much like you.
You sanctimonious, pretentious, arrogant...
Stop it. Can you hear yourself?
What am I supposed to do, Clint? Stand here and be gracious while Vicky tries to poison my daughter against me?
Look, you didn't need any help making Adriana hate you. You did that all by yourself. And what you did to break up Rex and Adriana, it was wrong, stupid, and dangerous.
I know. I made a terrible mistake hiring
Dorian, it was a catastrophic mistake.
But I was only trying to protect Adriana.
By nearly getting her killed?
The last thing I wanted to do was to put Adriana in danger. I would rather die myself.
Well, I believe that.
How big of you, Vicky?
Dorian, would you stop it? This is getting so tired.
Dorian, I know how hard it is for you to admit that you were wrong. But if you don't do it this time, you're going to lose Adriana for good.
Oh, and you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Excuse me!
You're trying to turn Adriana and Clint against me.
Todd hired Rex to look for his son. Rex was asking me some questions about the day that he was born. And he also asked me if I had any idea what Spencer had done with the baby.
Well, do you?
No.
Well, I don't like Todd Manning. But I feel bad for him. And Marcy and I were going to lose Tommy. It was horrible. He wasn't even ours.
Well, he sure is now.
He's a McBain. And nobody is ever going to take my little boy away from me again.
Dorian, can you hear yourself? I mean, do you hear the knee-jerk reaction that you have when anybody even suggests that you're not perfect?
Of course you're taking her side. Vicky is Miss Perfection personified.
Yeah, I'm taking her side, but only because I happen to agree with her.
Oh, and of course you do, because she has undermined your confidence in me the same way she has done that with anyone I've ever been involved with. It's a pattern. It's vintage Vicky.
The only pattern here is you making a total mess of things and trying to blame it on someone else.
Are you going to deny to my face that you're trying to poison Adriana against me?
Yes, of course I will deny it. Absolutely flat out deny it. In fact, what I was trying to tell Adriana was... You know what? Never mind. I'm not getting in the middle of this.
You already are.
Fine, but no more, Dorian. I have had it with your lunacy. Now and forever. You have problems with Clint and your daughter. You work them out. I came here for a cup of decaf. Now I have cold coffee and a headache.
Well, she's got it right. Leaving is a damn good idea.
Clint, please wait. Give me a chance to explain.
You can't explain. It's inexcusable, it's inexplicable, and you know how I feel about it.
Yes, but I meant I wanted to explain about that romantic dinner I had planned.
Fine. But let's do it someplace else.
Listen, Paige. We were friends once.
No, look,
and
it's okay.
my dad's death was a long time ago. I think you've suffered enough. Please know that if you or your son need anything,
I'll call you.
I've been reading him Goodnight Moon. It's his favorite book. And every time I read it to him, his eyes they pop open really wide, and he gets this little half smile on his face. You know, it's almost like he's listening to me. I wish I knew if you could hear me. You? Oh my God.
You're testifying against Spencer. If it turns out that he's Ace's son...
Then if he's a Buchanan, I will be testifying against my half-brother.
And so will David Vickers. Wow, that means that Hugh would... That means Hugh would be your nephew, wouldn't he? Wait, and if you married Paige, then he would be your nephew and your stepson.
Thank you, Balsam. But there are some dots that I don't need to have connected for me.
Got it.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I'm on my way. Look, I gotta go. Something important's come up.
Don't
even ask. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I want you to take that little piece of paper, give it to Antonio. Tell him that I asked him to put out a trace for you, okay? If you hear anything, I want to hear about it.
Thanks. Whatever it is that I can't ask you about, good luck.
Thanks.
I don't need you or anyone else telling me what I need to do. In fact, if I need to talk to someone, if I need a shrink, I'll go see Dr. Jameson.
Right.
What's that look? You think I need a shrink, don't you?
Did I say that?
You were thinking it.
And if I was, would it be such a bad idea for you to talk to a psychiatrist after you just lost the person you love and you're going through such a difficult time?
Yeah, well, I remember how much you enjoyed it.
My situation was different.
My pain is my business. I will handle it privately, quietly, and on my own. And I am certainly not going to talk to some stranger who doesn't give a damn about me except for maybe the $100 an hour I give him or whatever it is shrinks make these days. Now I have got to get back to work.
Natalie, I understand why you're being so defensive.
I am not being defensive. I just don't want to talk about my damn feelings, okay? They're mine. They're all I have left.
Okay. One more thing, and then I promise I'll back off. John was my friend. Now, I didn't know him the way you did, but we were pretty good friends. Okay, we saw a lot of stuff go down. He saved Christian's life.
Okay, I know all of this.
Okay, and I guess what I'm trying to say is that I believe that John would want and expect you to be good to yourself and to take some time to heal. Okay, now he knew that you weren't the most patient person.
Oh, Antonio Vega will be playing the part of psychiatrist.
Look, Natalie, I am trying to help you. Now, I admire your determination, but you are not ready to be back here where John worked, surrounded by his memories. Now, the best thing you can do is to go home.
You're wrong.
No, he's not. You're outvoted. So go home, Natty.
Oh, yeah, of course Antonio's right, because Natalie is such a fool, she has no clue what is good for her.
No one's saying you're a fool.
No? Oh, gee, I feel so much better. I'm going to work.
Natalie, no. It's too soon.
And what if tomorrow I am mowed down by a tractor trailer, or I have a stroke, or God forbid a church falls on my head and kills me? I need to be here. I need to work. I need to get my forensic certification. I need to make something of my life before it's over, okay? I don't want to die and people stand around my coffin and say what a waste.
Not even close.
Stop. I know you love me. But you gotta stop treating me like I'm standing on a ledge, trying to make the decision whether to jump or not. John's dead. I can't do anything about that, but I'm here. I'm here. So I dare you to say that it is too soon for me to start doing something good and positive in my life. God, what the hell was I thinking?
I got this. Can I see? I think I took this.
You did.
So? Now? Where are you going?
Please don't try to handle me, Rex. First of all, you're not very good at it. And second of all, I am just so tired of people treating me like I'm gonna break.
I don't think that. I just don't want you hanging around here feeling horrible.
I'm gonna feel horrible no matter where I am.
It's always with you. When Jen died, those first couple weeks, I couldn't escape that empty feeling. And the guilt was the worst part. Thinking that I could have saved her. If only I had been smart enough, or loving enough, or something.
You know, I keep thinking about the last time I talked to John. You know, if I had just convinced him to let me go with him to his father's grave, you know, I shouldn't have let him go alone.
You had to. You wanted to be alone, and you respected that. And if you had gone with him, you'd be dead too. And I'm not ready to lose you. So how about you go home, lie down, watch a movie. Take you, okay?
No, I think I need to be alone. You and Antonio are right, though. You shouldn't have gone.
The very least you can do is allow me to make you that coffee you wanted to have.
Never mind the coffee. I'm here for your explanation. Not so much that I care, it's that I'm curious. What was that display at Capricorn all about?
Well, I wanted to surprise you.
We were barely speaking to each other. Did you think that champagne and dinner was going to solve our problems?
I know the way it looked, but I wasn't just trying to seduce you.
Dorian, I don't want to hear what you weren't trying to do. Now, you start telling me the truth, or I'm out of here.
All right. Here it is. The truth and nothing but.
Try to relax. I'll be right back. Michael, hey, look, I was just about to come and find you.
Called Lindsay. Tommy's okay.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, Hugh just talked to me, Michael. He said my name.
He said your name.
Well, you know, I'm not 100% positive, but it sounded like it. Maybe he's regaining his consciousness. I want you to look at him.
Okay.
Well, Michael, what's going on?
Well, I can't be certain.
Well, do you think he heard what I was saying to him? You know, I was talking about Tommy, and then that's when he started moving around. You know, and I swear to you, I think he said my name. I think he said Marcy.
Well, he's not moving now.
First he finds out that he's Spencer's son, and then he ends up like this. I mean, can you imagine how hard that must have been for him to find out that his father was a murderer?
Damn.
What?
Well, you think after all these years I'd be used to it, you know? Spencer's trial brought it all back. My dad died. The funeral, my mom crying. And I was just a little kid, but I remember all of it. Now, John, all he ever wanted to do, all he ever wanted was to see the man that murdered our father put behind bars.
Yes, Michael, and that is going to happen.
And he's not going to see it.
Yes, he will. Honey, you have to believe that, okay? He'll know.
The reason I came to see you, Bo said to ask you to run down that make and model car, Pennsylvania registration.
Sure. It's going to take me a little bit, though.
I can wait if that's okay.
No problem.
I'm waiting.
You know, one thing I've always felt we had in common was love of family. We would both do anything to protect our children if we felt they were being threatened. And that's how I felt when Rex started moving in on my daughter.
The point, Dorian.
Well, the point, okay. I knew how upset and angry you would be when Spencer announced to the world that he was Ace's illegitimate son. My heart went out to you and your family, but of course, more to you. I wanted to help. I wanted to give you emotional support, but as you said, you were barely speaking to me, and that's when I arranged the dinner.
Dorian, come on. Getting Capricorn clothes and arranging that dinner, that had to have happened before Truman made his announcement, right? So much for you being able to tell me the truth.
Hi, honey. I've been trying to call you. You know, you weren't answering your cell. Is everything okay?
I tried to go to work today.
Oh, honey, why?
I didn't tell you because I knew you'd say that it's too soon. You would have been right.
Oh, baby.
You know, I actually imagined his name on his office door. Everywhere I turn, I could almost see him barking orders and slamming down the phone, complaining about his coffee.
No.
Mom, how am I ever going to feel better? How am I going to let him go?
You don't ever have to let him go. Okay? You keep him in your heart forever.
Mom, if I keep him in my heart, like you said, I don't know how to do that without thinking about what might have been. I just feel like I've been robbed. Like, you know, like I turned around for 1 second, and when I turned back, my life was gone.
Oh, no. No. It's not gone. It's not gone. It has certainly changed, that's all. You're going to have to find a way, sweetheart, to cherish the memory of John and his love without living in the past, that's all.
And how do I do that?
It takes time. I think for you, a start might be to take off your engagement ring.
Hi. Michael and Marcy are with you right now.
We're here to see you, Paige.
We've got some great news.
What is it? Is it Spencer? Did you get the DNA results?
No, not yet.
It's about Eugene Snyder.
What about him?
You know, when I was here with you before, I spoke to a nurse who was on duty the night that Thomas McBain was brought in. She saw Officer McBain's sutures, and she and the rest of the staff couldn't believe that a doctor as capable as you, with as many years' experience as you had, could fail at something so simple as suturing a wound.
I'd been drinking.
Well, not according to this nurse. She said you were alert and focused. Paige, is it possible that your memory's distorted about how drunk you were that night?
Maybe. What are you saying?
I mean, is it possible that you could have been persuaded that you were more impaired than you actually were?
I don't know.
All right. Tell Paige about Snyder.
After I talked to this nurse, I went to the prison and I talked to Eugene Snyder. Well, I grilled him more like, but I think I got something that I believe is the truth.
Everybody knows what the truth is, Nora. He was into child pornography. Spencer knew it. He blackmailed him to take the fall for me.
No. See, that was always his story. That wasn't the truth.
The truth is, you're not responsible for what happened to Officer Thomas McBain that night. Spencer was.
Michael, he seems so upset.
Hugh, listen to me, buddy. Me and Marcy, we're here.
We're going to take good care of you, okay? But what I need you to do is stop all this moving around, okay? Because the more you move, the more it's going to hurt. Michael.
There are several cars of that make and model here in Lambview.
All right, well, give me all of them. I'll run them down.
All right. Why exactly do you need this information?
I'm trying to find Todd's kid.
Put another nail in Spencer's coffin?
Nothing would make me happier.
Yeah. You and the rest of Lambview.
I will admit, I did set up the dinner before Spencer made his announcement about being a Buchanan.
So you did lie.
No, because you see, I knew about it before everybody else did. Mm-hmm. David told me.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. You see, David went to Asa and confronted him, then he went to Spencer, and then he confided the truth to me. And I wanted to be the one to tell you. That's why I set up the dinner. I didn't want you blindsided. I wanted you to hear about it from somebody who cares.
Dorian, why didn't you simply tell me then? Why the big setup?
Because I wanted you to be as comfortable as possible, and once Spencer made that announcement in the courtroom, it didn't seem to matter. Okay, here's the truth. I was afraid that you would think that I was involved in some sort of a conspiracy with David. You were already suspicious enough about our relationship.
Oh, yeah, well, good reason.
I know that you have trouble believing me about that, but please, tell me that you believe me about this.
Oh, God, this story is so convoluted, it's gotta be true. It's exhausting following your logic, Dorian.
Well then, why don't you have a cookie with the coffee?
Sure.
And why don't we just reconsider this whole notion about us having dinner together? What do you say?
I say... Why don't you let me think about it?
Mom, I can't do that. I can't take off my engagement ring. That's not going to make me miss him any less, and it's not going to make me forget how much I love him.
Sweetheart, you're going to miss John for a very long time, and you will always love him.
It's okay. Then what's the point?
You know what? You're my baby, and I love you more than anything on this earth. I think you know that. And all I want for you is to get your life back, okay? When I say take off your ring, I don't mean get rid of it, darling. But I think you need to take it off your left hand. I know it's not going to make the pain go away right away. It's not going to make you suddenly happy. I think it's just a small symbol of an ending and a beginning.
So why haven't you taken yours off?
I don't know. I don't know. I suppose I don't know. Now that you mention it, I know that Ben would want me to keep him in my heart forever, in our heart. I also know that he would want me to get on with my life. Okay? I think John would want that for you too. So, I will, if you will.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yes, I think so.
I can't.
It's okay. I'll go first.
What exactly did Snyder say?
He said that even though he knew you'd been drinking that night, you did your job well. He didn't mess up, Paige.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Officer Thomas McBain was fine when he went into recovery. It was then that Spencer went in and damaged the sutures, deliberately, causing a massive hemorrhage that resulted in Officer Thomas McBain's death. And then Spencer blackmailed Eugene Snyder into taking the fall for him.
Why would he do that?
I think that Spencer wanted to make sure that Thomas McBain would not identify the man who shot Thomas in that alley.
All these years I've been thinking that Snyder was taking the fall for me. Snyder was taking the fall for Spencer.
Yeah, and if Spencer knew that what he did to those sutures would kill Thomas McBain, then he's guilty of first-degree murder.
And the death penalty is on the table.
Michael, I'm here. I'm right here. It's me.
Yeah, I could have swore he said Michael. I could have swore he said my name.
It's almost like he's trying to tell you something.
Hugh? What can I do for you, buddy? Huh? Man. I wish I could read your mind.
On the next One Life to Live.
I would bet anything on the two of you getting back together.
I'm going to do whatever it takes to nail Jones.
Antonio invited him, and I thought that it was a wonderful gesture.
I can understand Antonio asking him. What I'd like to know is what are your motives for accepting